Alright, so today we are going to end up doing our reflection part for the apples. And so right now I've already opened up my apple file in Photoshop. And my first step is going to be cutting out these apples from the background. Now the background is almost all white, but there is a shadow down here that I want to avoid. So I have, as you can see, my background layer and my apple layer. I can make it disappear or come back with the little eye. I'm going to come over here. You can use the magic wand tool. It selects everything that it touches with that hue or saturation level. I'm going to go ahead and hit delete. You'll see it deleted that, and now you can just see the background. So the background right now I have is white. If I make that disappear, you can see a checkered background. Checkered background means that this background is transparent. Here it's white, here's transparent. I'm going to go ahead and leave it white so I can see. And I could hit the other magic tool, but you'll see that you might have a halo of the other little pieces there. So my favorite thing is the quick selection tool. And I can just select a little more, go out here, and you'll see it select most of that area. Let's go ahead and hit delete. I'm going to select a little bit further in. Just know if you mess up, we can unselect it. Oh, you see I have a little line there. I can go in here, a little bit of that edge, a little bit of that edge. I kind of messed up. Let's Control Z. And let's see. Let's also deselect, which would be your Control D. I can even go in here with my eraser tool. You see here's my eraser. Up here at the top I can control the hardness, softness, and size of the eraser. So if I were to make it huge, you'd see I have a huge eraser. I could change the size so I can come in here and get it just right. I'm actually going to use a little of a softer one. Harden it up just a little bit. Come in through here. Now, I'm not really taking my time. I want you guys to take your time. It's going to look awesome when you do. Alright, there you go. Now, we have the apples just sitting there. And my background is all white. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to right-click my apple layer and duplicate layer. You'll see it says Layer 1 Copy. Everything there. So if I go to my Move tool over here and I'm selected on the top layer, you can see I can move my apples around. So let's go ahead and let's transform this. You can go to Edit, Free Transform. You can change a lot of other things, but let's go to regular transform right now, and we can flip it horizontally or vertically. Right now, since we're doing a reflection, we're going to need to do vertical. See, now we got upside down apples. So go ahead and place them right underneath, but you'll see I have run out of room. I'm going to hit Enter. Run out of room. So let's go up here to Image. If we change the image size, everything will change. Everything will get bigger. But so we want the canvas size. We want just the background, just what we're working on to get a little bit bigger. And you'll see here, this is a little confusing, and obviously my image is way too huge, which I will be able to fix that in a little bit. Actually, let's go ahead and fix that now. I'm going to cancel. I'm going to go over to Image, Image Size. I'm going to make sure, let's change this to my inches maybe just being, maybe let's do 8 inches. And you'll see it changes everything because they're locked here on the side. Let's hit OK. Boom, got a lot smaller, but now you can see down over here it's at 25%. So let's zoom in a little bit. Ooh, too much. Actually, we can even do view fit on screen. That would always work. So let's do edit. Let's go back to our, image, back to our canvas size, and we want to stretch it down. So this right here is where we are, this dot. I want to put the dot where I'm stretching it down. See, if I put the dot here, I'm stretching it out this way. Put the dot over here, I'm stretching it over here. So I'm going to just put a dot there so I can go straight down. Height, I'm going to change this to 9 inches. We can always trim this later. So you'll see my background right here has changed. It's not all white. So I can come down here, making sure I click on my background. And this happened because look over here, I have the white and black. My background color was black. With my white selected, I'm going to come over here and let's see, we can go through. If you get lost at all, just click through them, right click them. But I'm going to my gradient tool and I'm going to my paint bucket. I have my white selected. I can just select that, paints it all in. So right now my background's entirely white. And now we need to take this layer, the upside down apples, which remember are on the top. I've clicked over here. I can change the opacity of them all the way down, but that's not really how a reflection works. It tends to be darker closer to the object. So let's pull that all the way back up. Now, after having that selected, we can use our, remember where the paint bucket was? Gradient tool. You'll see up here, there's different ones. I could select a rainbow, and if I come across here, it's going to make a giant rainbow across it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Control Z. I don't want a rainbow across this, at least not on this piece. I'm going to go ahead and click this one that has the white to that checkered, because remember that checkered is see-through. And I'm going to go ahead and zoom out a little bit. I like being able to see it from afar, at least when I'm working on the whole thing. So if I'm just going to go across it like this, I can go any direction from where I click, and it'll be at an angle. But I need it to be straight. So I'm going to Control Z, again, just to undo that. If I hit the Shift key, it makes it go completely straight. And I think I'm going to start it out here, and I'm going to bring it into like the top part of the apples. That's pretty good. I think I want to do a little bit more. Bring it a little bit more. Oh yeah, it's getting there. And maybe just a little bit more. And I might add a little bit of my gray in there. I like a little bit of shadow, but that's up to you whether you want to use this. Again, hitting my Shift key and going through just a little bit. And now I have my apples that have a reflection. And you can go ahead and save this. Make sure it is in a flat file, not your Photoshop file. So you can save it as Photoshop. You can also save it as your flat file and post this to your blog.